All right. Now let's get started. That was we need to get started with our creators here, okay? So boop. Okay. Let me do a little one of these here. Oh yeah. Just like that. Okay. Alrighty. Our Let's take a look at this video from creator. Here, let me do a clean one for you, Sean. Let's take a look at this video submitted from TSD Talks. This is Hades 2020 is hellishly beautiful. Pardon the pun.
Stop laughing. It's not funny.
Okay. Sorry. I only just discovered that Family Guy did a "Stop Laughing, It's Not Funny" reference, and it's anyways. All right, let's hold on. We have a tradition here. We like to judge the thumbnail. Man, I'm fucking sucking up a storm. Hold on. Creator in the chat. Creator in the chat.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
Oh my god. Well, shit, before we can even go to the thumbnail, screw the thumbnail. Creator in the chat. Everyone, go to your bingo cards. I have it. All right, go ahead and mark creator is in the chat. Okay, mark creator in the chat. There you go. Kai's already on it. Shout out to Kai and our bingo gods. They're ready for another fun day of bingo. Alrighty. I can't believe it. So, just a reminder, if you don't have it on your card, that's because you have a bad card. No, it's because not every bingo card can have all the spaces. So there will be some that are left out. But I have it. Well, get fucked. All right, I'm 3 away from a bingo. I'm feeling mighty good, mighty fine. Now, TSD Talks. Let's talk about your thumbnail. TSD Talks, let's talk about your thumbnail first, all right? It's lovely. The more I look at it, the more me likey. But we have to do the zoom out tiny test, right? Because when you're looking at a thumbnail, it's never going to look like this. It's always going to look like that on your phone, right? So it stands out. Really, I like the slanted text there. That's very stylish. A 2-year-old review of Hades, right? Very nice framing with the character and the sword is framed very nicely against the text here. Great use of space here. If I'm nitpicking, and I am, I would have made the backdrop. The background is perfectly blurred. I would have possibly lowered the brightness, maybe lowered the opacity a little bit, just to make the everything else stand out. But that's you know what? Maybe I wouldn't even do that. I don't know, because the color palette matches the character and the text, and it's not too distracting. I can, like, even if I squint and I like lean back, like, yep, everything is picture perfect. It reads very well. Gosh darn it! I hate to say it, but I'm gonna give this A plus thumbnail. I only hate to say it because I don't want to give every thumbnail an A plus. I just feel like I'm giving a lot of thumbnails A pluses lately. I would wager this is a very good thumbnail. So please go to your bingo cards, my little bingo babies. All right. And please mark great thumbnail. Great thumbnail. Ooh, I have it also in my diagonal space. All right. All right. I'm 3 away in a bunch of different ways. All right. I'm 3 away diagonally here, here, and up top here. I'm feeling pretty good. Okay. I'm not going to give you the here's what I would do differently yet, because that was very nitpicky. Even though I like had some terrible advice about the thumbnail, I'm not even sure I would take it. That, you know.
Stop laughing. It's not funny.
All right. Hades 2020 is hellishly beautiful. Darn it. That's you know what? I like that title. Do you guys get it? Do you guys get it? Do you get the joke, though? It's kind of advanced. You might not get the joke. Because Hades is kind of like another word for HE double hockey stick. So, you know what? I'm going to say that's a good title. Let's go. You know what? One last bingo spot before we even start. That's a good title. Yeah, I have it. Let's go. Boop. All right, go ahead and mark good title on top of great thumbnail and creator in chat. I'm going to give you good title. I'm just feeling this is a strong start. But your video could still suck. There's a very, very possibility that this video sucks Hades. All right, but let's see. Let's freaking see. All right. Okay, so this is a 16-minute video. We're not going to watch all of it. Oh, but you include chapter markers. Can we give a shout out to chapter markers, including legends like yourself? We love that. Yeah, love that. Okay. Let's get started. Convince me that Hades is hellishly beautiful. All right.
Hey there. So this
Hi.
video is going to be a little bit different, as you can probably see or not see.
I can't see because I'm not familiar with your work. I don't know what different is, but that's fine. All right. Off to a bit of a clunky start, but that's okay. That's fine. Let's just get to how Hades is hellishly beautiful.
Yes. Not only is this a non-facecam video about a video game,
No face cam, but we all know that what's your fucking name? We all know that TSD Talks is famous for their face cam videos. And you mean to tell me, TSD Talks, that you're going to rob us of the face cam content? You're going to make an exception for this Hades video essay? I'm shaken to my core. And Columbo's going to say, I can't believe you're skipping the face cam today. This is very unlike you, TSD Talks. All right, we're having fun here. Forgive me, I'm a bit off to a goofy start. Okay, here we go.
it's something that is rather out of the ordinary for me. If you're curious as to why, you can pause the screen to read here.
All right, we're gonna. Okay. No. I see. It's about the strikes. Got it. Well, spoilers. The SAG strike, actor strike, is over. But this video is you know, this video was uploaded before then. Okay, let's keep going. Boop.
Here, but this is also a video based on a script that I wrote 2 years ago. Long story short.
Oh, that's funny. Little ye old picture to depict ye olden times of 2 years ago.
I had intended to branch out into making game review content, and I wrote this video all about Hades. Why did I never release it? Well, because it was intended to be a collaboration, but then that ended up falling through because our schedules just never ended up working out, and this script sat collecting dust in my...
Oh man, this intro is just, it's so long. When do we get to the Hades discourse? Gosh darn it. Look, TSD Talks. Hey, you're living up to your name, TSD Talks. Awful lot of talking about things that aren't Hades. All right, gosh, just come on, get to the good stuff.
Google Docs account. But now I've rediscovered it and given it a little bit of polish. So hopefully the 2-year-old script about Hades isn't too out of date. Too late now.
Okay, so all right. 50 seconds later, we are finally into the intro. Now, I understand that you included said intro to provide some context, to say, like, this is a little different from my normal work, and here's why. You gave ample reason for it. And you allowed the viewer to pause and read that absolute wall of text. And who has the time? But I do appreciate you breezing past that. And I think I can forgive that. And look, there's even... We could have skipped that entirely because you were kind enough to turn that into a chapter marker. So that was nice. But let's see what the beginning of this Hades discourse is actually like. Okay? I'm not even going to say here's what I do differently. I will say it took a bit to get here, but it's forgivable. All right, so let's see. That's it. That's Hades.
Gaming. An industry so powerful and wide-reaching that it has
Hell yeah.
utterly dominated the online conversation.
This is an intro. Hell yeah. I love it. It's as general as an intro can get. Instead of saying Hades, you know, a critically acclaimed roguelike game. I think that's what it is. You're just saying, no, fuck that. Gaming. Let's talk about the giant sphere that is gaming. I'm intrigued. How are you going to narrow this down into Hades? Let's go.
For such a long time. Unlike any other internet obsession I can think of, it spawned every kind of piece of content you can imagine. From the brilliant.
This is nice. I like when YouTube, when video essays have this like this kind of warped perspective of like screen capture stuff. I like that. It's very like Captain Disillusion uses it, Nerd City uses it. A lot of video essayists use this. This is a nice visual touch. Something that just adds a bit of spice, you know, to the visuals.
Brilliant, to the pretentious, to the beautiful, to the inventive, to the disturbing. It has facilitated the creation of many cornerstones of the online space, from the whole wide range of colorful characters, in more ways than one, who continue to populate the video and streaming space, to the political radicalization.
But where's this going? Where's this? I'm confused as to where this is going. It's very, very general. We're talking about video games, a giant that you simply cannot ignore, and millions of people talk about video games. I'm very curious as to where this is going.
Countless adolescent boys in an unprecedented algorithmic move that has seemingly shifted the culture to a very dangerous place overnight. The variety is incredible. I jest, but gaming has had and continues to have a major effect on my life, and like film, I want to involve it as an art form in my discussions on this channel. However, the key difference here is that while I am a gamer, I have little to no experience actually reviewing games. This will be a new experience for me, and I look forward to engaging with it. And with its sequel just over the horizon, Hades seemed the perfect choice to venture into this path. So let's just dive in, shall we? Hades is an...
Okay, so now we're 2 minutes plus into it. We're 2 minutes and 17 minutes into a 16-minute video, and we finally, I believe, we finally breached the subject hinted at in the title, which is Hades, the 2020 video game. And I'm wondering how voice crack. Oh, I'm wondering how much of this is necessary, right? This is a very lengthy intro, and it's nice. It's very well paced, and it's well edited. It's well put together. But is it necessary? Half of this intro was justifying its existence, right? The other half, the second half of the intro, I'm not sure was needed itself. The other half, the second half of this intro was really just like, video games are important and omnipresent, and there's a lot of discourse. And I'm gonna explore such discourse in Hades. I'm not sure if we needed that. What if we started here? What if we started a few seconds ago?
Into this path, so let's just dive in.
Right, like, but right after this. So what's the first thing you say after let's just dive in? I'm wondering if it's possible to have started this video with this.
Shall we? Hades is an indie video game that was officially released on September 17th, 2020.
I'm wondering if he could have started the video with that. Now, some people might disagree with me. I'm not even sure if I agree with me. Because you have a lot of, there's some character to your narration, right? And it would be a shame to kind of to lose that. But at the same time, like I think you're asking a lot of your audience to sit through the 2 minute and 15 seconds of exposition before getting into the meat of the video, right? So I'm not sure what I would do differently. Like there's an option. You have the option of starting where I suggested, about like 2 minutes, 17 seconds or whatever it was. Just be cautious of that. Be wary of that, right? Be careful. And maybe pay attention to like viewer retention times. You know, you have access to that in your analytics, I'm sure. I don't. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people are willing to sit through that. But I don't know. I'm not entirely hooked yet. I know that you're a very competent editor. From what I've seen in the last 2+ minutes, you're a competent storyteller and editor. So, and I'm willing to see like you know, the first real minute here, right? But it took me over 2 minutes to get to that. So just be careful. Be careful with your video essays and how much time you spend on your introductions. And always think, is there a way to tighten it? Is there a way to shorten it? That's all.
After an early access release that opened in late 2018. It was an overwhelming commercial and critical success, selling 1 million copies after its release date and receiving high praise from large mainstream media outlets and fans alike. But what exactly is Hades?
I would like to have... Here's the deal. We're seeing a lot of gameplay, and this is well written so far. I want to see snippets of positive reviews of this game, right? Like whatever IGN, like a 9 out of 10, whatever IGN score was, and this website's score, and this and that. Just like screen caps of like blurbs from articles and stuff would have been nice to throw on top of this, right? And I know that you can do it. We've just seen 2 minutes of you do great editing. The visuals need to be shaken up a bit more than just gameplay of Hades while you talk, while you talk at us about Hades's, critical success and financial success. I think I need to be a bit more stimulated with some numbers, some figures, some data, some screenshots. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say, here's what I would do differently. That's a bingo spot, isn't it? So here's what I would do differently. Okay. I don't know what else I can do yet. I think that's all I can do. So let's do, here's what I would do differently so far. I'll give you well written because it is well written. Let's go ahead and add well written. I don't think I have it. Oh my God, Judas, I don't have it, but let's also add well written because I'm like what I'm hearing so far. All right. You're a competent writer. But that's what I would give you. So, that's what I would give you so far. Alrighty. And look at that. It's possible for someone to have a bingo so far because you could have, because don't forget, there's also the free space on top of this. So very possible for people to have a bingo. Let us continue though. I just want a bit more. I want a bit more. Where's this going, right? Where is this Hades video essay going? And we're not going to watch the whole thing. Oh, someone says if you want to see a potential editing space, you can skip to 5 minutes. Oh, that's from TSD Talks. This is from the creator themselves. All right, you know what? If you want to see a potential editing space, you can skip to 5. Oh, thank you, Lazy David, for 1,000 bits. Okay. Here's the deal. I will skip to 5. Let me just give you a bit. Let me give you a bit more time here to breathe. And then I'm going to skip to 5, as you say. This is from the creator. The creator themselves is in the chat. And don't worry, we already marked that. And they're like, if you want some editing stuff, skip to 5 minutes. I'm not going to do that yet. We're 2.5 minutes in. So let me,
The game itself is a roguelike dungeon crawler, which,
okay,
if you've been living under a rock in the gaming sphere to the point where you can barely tell Elden Ring from Elden Scrolls, aka you're me, that sentence probably made no sense to you. So, let's define some terms. A roguelike is a subgenre of what's known as a dungeon crawler game, which, as the name implies, has game...
This is what text would really, really help you out here. Something like a little Gaussian blur on the gameplay, while text with a stroke and a shadow pops up like roguelike, you know, adjective, and then it's the definition, right? And with maybe like examples of roguelike games, right? You know, cover art of like, you know, roguelike games. Dark Souls, is that roguelike? That would really add some varieties. I think some kind of much needed variety here because you're talking at us about genres of video games, which is fine, and obviously it's fine in a video game essay. I want to see that though. Show, don't tell. All right, you're doing a lot of telling and you're not doing a lot of showing. In the medium of YouTube, YouTube is a visual medium, right? And right now we're just seeing gameplay while you YouTube-splain, thank you, the genre of roguelike. I want text and I want pictures. I want to see the examples, not just hear a definition,
Gameplay that centers around a trek through a dungeon, or a labyrinthine series of rooms filled with enemies, loot, and traps.
Examples. Show me examples of these games. I think that would really, really help with the just the, I don't know, the interactivity of these videos. Engagement. That's the word I was looking for.
Usually leading up to some kind of boss battle or major boon, like a motherlode or escape.
Okay, now I will take your advice, because creators in the chat, they wanted me to go to 5 minutes for some editing panache. So let's do that. I'm going to go to, all right, so you have a big old section called the bad. So let's do a nice little build up. So right before 5, we'll do like 4:56, okay? And, okay, someone says, Popular Jukes has an interesting point. Popular Jukes in the chat says, oh my God, why can't I scroll up? There we go. Feels like the kind of video you listen to while doing something else. And there is that genre that exists, but like, that's more like podcasts. Podcasts are something you can throw on while doing laundry or folding laundry. But YouTube, like, I don't really like, as I said, YouTube's a visual medium. YouTube is where you kind of have to, or at least I feel like you should watch, engage, right? So I don't think that's a good enough excuse. I don't want to just throw this on while I'm folding laundry. Like, if it's a video essay, this creator has shown that they can edit. We're allegedly about to see an example of decent or beyond editing from TSD Talks. So, and TSD Talks, I just want to applaud you for your bravery, your courage for sending this in. Can we give a shout out to TSD Talks for being brave enough to send in their work? And by the way, I am impressed by your editing. I don't want to seem like I'm shit talking you. I want to thank you for submitting this, right? And you bet your bottom dollar I will link to your work in the description below, right here on Jacksfilms. That was for the VOD. Yeah. So shout out to Mother Flippin' TSD Talks. Now let's go ahead and see this epic example of editing we're about to see.
You see, the main gameplay loop of Hades revolves around dying and then being sent back to the very beginning, and so as you can imagine, making that interesting involves having the game be difficult. And if there's one way to describe the gameplay in Hades, that would be the word, difficult. You will die. A lot. And that is not a bad thing by any means.
That's very nice.
That's not my criticism. Games where you could die and lose all your progress in a run at any moment can be done very well. And for the most part, Hades is one of those games. However,
a little bit of stylish flair. That's nice. That adds a little bit. Let me just. Very, very cute. It's not overly complicated. It doesn't need to be, right? It just syncs up to it with Carmen, I believe. Is that from Carmen? Let's watch a little bit more. I want to see a bit more. Where else does this go?
The problem lies is that it means that you have to have a good amount of variety so that the game is consistently difficult while still staying fair. And that is where balance comes in. Balance in this case refers to the ability of a game to make the power.
Little bit of it seems like you put like the audio there. It seems like there was a like a gain dissolve or something like that, where it, like lenses when you like that kind of thing. Like, so I think it's not, maybe I have a prediction in Premiere Pro or whatever you use to edit. You try to use this transition or this fader in between audio clips, but instead of in between, it went on, you know, the intro of one instead of meshing the two or combining the two. Does that sound about right? Something like that. So just something to keep out for. So here's the deal. I wish there were a bit more visually. The fuck was that? Oh, Chip. Chip just jump scared me. She just jumped in a chair, and the chair has like a tray of like papers, and she's awkwardly trying to sit in it. You're so weird. You're so fucking weird, Chip. Oh my god. I wish you could see it. Okay. Here's the deal, gamers. I will give you, let's go back to our bingo cards. I'll give you, let's see. I'm going to give you, just because, not to poke fun at the creator at all, I'm going to give you guys editing mistake just to help out with your bingos. But because there was like a little, like the audio, I do think it seems like you put the fader at the beginning of an audio clip rather than two adjoining audio clips. And that's, and the only reason I know that is because I do that shit all the time. All the time. Now, I will give you, I'm going to give you good music and or sound design because, to juxtapose or to kind of offset that a little bit, because the Carmen editing was a nice touch for sure. It added a bit of style to the video, but just something overall I really would have liked to have seen in this video. And I love video essays about video games. I really, really do. But this seemed to, it seemed to come off more as like a podcast than a YouTube video, right? And if that's your intention, well, then that's fine, isn't it? But you opened up with such a strong intro, proving that you can edit. You have a lot of visual flair, but it seems like a lot of what I just watched was merely gameplay with your narration, which is okay. But I think, I don't know, I think it helps to take advantage of the visualness of YouTube. When you talk about something, when you talk about critics liking something, show it. Show a review score. Show something, right? A screenshot of an article, just something to break up the monotony of gameplay footage. That's my advice to you. Now, before I verify some bingos, ruh-roh. Before I verify bingos, I think I fucked up. Hee. Okay, hold on. I think I X'd out of the video accidentally. Yeah, hold on.
Hey there, so this video...
Shit. I think I did a fucky. Hold on. Hold on, we're coming back. We're coming back. Why do I have two of these? I only need one. There we go. Hold up.
Hey there, so...
Yeah, hey there. Hi. Good to see you. All right. And we're back. Alrighty. Let me say, let me leave my cool comment. Let me give this a like. When one was in the room when you said H now I'm grounded 5 stars. There you go. Okay. There you go. That's my comment. Now